I'm currently standing in the industry's largest garage in a toy hauler. Let's check it out. All right, folks, this is the brand new 2024 Keystone Carbon 340 WFO, and WFO stands for wide freaking open. And look how big this is. This is a 23-foot garage. This is truly the largest garage space I have ever seen in an RV to date. And I mean, you can fit darn near everything in here. I like the thought process. I like the design. It's very functional. You still have seating everywhere, and it just opens up so many possibilities for things you can bring. So let's start right here in the back. You have the Happy Jack system with your 2 rollover sofas here. You can see this center console drops down for some cup holders there as well. And then these do raise all the way up to the bottom of the bed if you want, or you can put them along the sidewalls. Windows everywhere as well, let in a ton of natural light. Kind of lift this up just to show you that, you know, these just clip on. They're soft goods. If you want to take these off, be able to wash them, you can quite easily. But again, just windows everywhere, and nice bright colors make this feel just extremely open. We have a TV right up here with some additional storage. I mean, look at this. All the way across, you have storage. I love the colors. You kind of have like this champagne bronze poles on there. And in the other side here is a slide out with, again, additional seating. You have another rollover sofa. So that's 3 sofas right here. Plus, you have 2 Euro style chairs with a couple different table options. There is a table in between the back 2 sofas. It's tucked underneath the bed if you want to sit back there. You have another side table built in right here, and you have a table here. So you just have a ton of options for seating, for entertaining, for hanging out. This RV truly would be the hangout place. You have a bunch of friends. You're all, you have 3-4 campsites together. So many of us do that. Everyone would congregate here because there's the space for it, the seating for it. And again, that is why I love this 340 plus. And because you're gonna have so many guests, right, you need to be able to prepare food. And you have great countertop space to do it. These are thermal-formed countertops here, which allows us to undermount the sink right over there. Nice big single bowl stainless steel sink with that high-rise 2-tone faucet. You have the backsplash that goes all the way across, even over onto the side, which I really enjoy. Kind of has like a polygon type texture to it. Just again, a little bit nicer look than a lot of times what we're used to seeing in a toy hauler. It looks nice. It doesn't look like your standard toy hauler. You have 3 different outlets in here. All 3 of those are pre-wired to be inverted. So even if you're out boondocking, if you upgrade this one, it comes with the 220 watt, but you can upgrade to a 440 watt, and it is prepped for an inverter, and all those will already be pre-wired for inversion. So once you install that inverter, boom, you can plug something in and you are good to go. We drop down, take a look at some of this storage. I'll open it up. That's a little dirty in there, but oh man, that's just huge storage, which is great. If you need it for, well, whatever from your toys, you can put stuff in there, or if you want to use it for maybe just a giant trash can, you can do that as well. Great storage here in the form of drawers, more all the way across. And again, we have all those beautiful white uppers, really just elevating this space and making it seem bright and open. And even though it is bright and open, again, it just makes it seem that much more open. Speaking of open, I'll open up the fridge. You have to have good cold storage too. You definitely have that. Nice kind of stainless steel panels on here on that Everchill refrigerator. Speaking of chill, you do get 2 ACs. You'll see the one right here. So you have the Coleman Mach AC system, and that has your Blade AC. The Blade AC is definitely more efficient at cooling. You get 360-degree cooling instead of a single vector, so it does cool things off a lot nicer. Now, this one, as you saw, it does have that back patio option, and it does come with steps, so you can climb up into the back patio if you so choose. There's a screen there as well to drop down. The other option, if you want to enter, is the main entrance, which will be right here. So you have a couple different ways to get in and out of this hauler. But again, that garage is 23 foot, folks. Making our way on up, main control panel here, and if you get the fuel station, you can see the fuel station right there, so you can see how much fuel is in it. Of course, our awning control there as well. And take a step into the bathroom. Great countertop space here, some storage down below. I think it is so smart. I love when manufacturers have intelligent design, and this is one of them right here, the toilet. They could have kept it this way, but then it would have been smashed into the door. Instead, they turned it, and it's such a simple solution, but look how much space I have now. I have great shoulder space, excellent leg room here as well. Linen closet over to the side with plenty of room in there, and because no one's gonna be entering from this side, open that up and you can see how much space I have in. Take a look, that is a one-piece shower. What does that mean to you and I? That's what you normally have at home, unless you had a remodel, but otherwise this is what we have. And the reason for it is because it's much less chance for any kind of leaks. You don't have to worry about like mold growing, you know, like in the grout lines or anything like that, or on the silicone. So I love when they're able to put it in a one-piece unit. And the height, I mean, you know, I have another 3-4 inches here. It could be 6'4" and not have to duck down in here. Excellent space. Last thing I want to touch on before we hit the bedroom is the fact this one has a tankless water heater. So you can sit in that shower. That essentially is endless hot water. You can turn that on, you're good to go. Making our way right up front, I have this currently open just to show you the table. So not only do you have storage, and obviously it's big enough, right? Because you're able to fit an entire table in there, and that's the one that's meant to go between the two sofas in the back. Both sides on your nightstands, you have a couple different options. You can see that you have USB ports, you have the inverted 120, and you have wireless charging, so you can toss that on there, charge it just like so, nice and easy. And you have additional storage underneath, plus up top, and an entire slide-out wardrobe. Take a look at all the hanging space you get here and how big this drawer is. So lots of storage space. A couple other things that I do want to point out here. One, it's kind of cool. You have like a little, I don't know, makeup area if you want, or I guess you can just check yourself out, but you have additional storage right there. Just something very unique, something I haven't seen before. And the other one, of course, second AC, but look how much space I have to be able to maneuver around the bed, both to be able to get out of bed, and I can stand up fully as you would expect, but even at the foot of the bed, I have so much room in this bedroom, which is something that oftentimes we just don't see. Okay, let's take a look at some of the exterior features as well as some of the construction features on the Keystone Carbon 340 WFO. One of the things I want to point out right up front is the kingpin. The main reason being is because this will affect your toe, right? It comes with the Kurt Rotoflex pin box. This has the pivoting head right here, which helps when you're starting and stopping your tow vehicle so you don't get that kind of jerking sensation, or at least not quite as badly. And then as we take a look underneath, this is your main storage, right? You'll notice this one does not have a like full pass-through. So this is your garage. You have two access points, one right here, the other one over on the other side. I'm not sure why the battery box cover is here, but while we have it, the battery actually goes right in here, but I do want to point out the fact that your terminations are on top. This makes it a lot easier if you have to disconnect the battery. You don't have to open up the box. You'll also see right over here all sorts of different things from some battery disconnects, 12-volt distribution box. We have our solar charge controller, and this one actually has the inverter because even though this one comes with the 220, the Protect, this one has been upgraded to that 440-watt system with that inverter. A couple other things I do want to point out. One of them is the fact that this right here, one of the things I love about Keystone is they have an individual disconnect for the solar panel. So what does that mean to you? That means I can cut off my disconnect right here so that I don't have any kind of drain on the system, but I can leave this one open, and now all of the solar is going to still top off my batteries. Love that. Take a look right underneath here. Now, as a standard, this one is generator prepped. You can see this one has the generator option in there. Cummins own in 5,500 watt. That comes straight from the manufacturer. I do like having the prep though. Again, it kind of gives you the option if you do want to do it later, you're not sure how much you're going to be using this without shore power. Having the option is definitely better than nothing at all. Right underneath there, this is where the battery obviously is housed. We'll also see your hydraulic fluid there, so if you need to top it off, do a refill, that will allow you to do so. And of course, if you're gonna run hydraulic, you're definitely going to have hydraulic auto level, because why in the world wouldn't you? It's definitely a better system than electric. So there we go, we have the level up system. Take a look at the outside real quick. I do just want to show a couple different things. One, I like the kind of a little more geometric shapes, right? A little bit more angular. While we do have some curves, it's not like the swoops and the loops and the Nike swooshes that we've been seeing for years past. So I do think they did a good job, not only on the graphics, but also the colors. It matches a lot of the common truck colors that are currently in the market. You can see the black there, a little bit of blue, some gray or silver in there as well. And then the rest of it is white. Why? Because we don't want to bake in this thing, right? We want to keep it as cool as possible, even though there are two ACs to do a good job helping keeping the exterior a little bit cooler will be good as well. Two 30-pound propane tanks, one on this side, one on the other. This is the other access point to that storage. It is slam latch, works very well. It's also a magnetic catch, and I do like Keystone's system because not only is it a magnet, but you actually have a physical latch there as well. So even if I pull it, it's not just going to fall down. You don't have to worry about, not having a good magnetic connection, falling down, smacking in the head or anything like that. Take a look at awning coverage, pretty darn good awning coverage. We don't have any slides on this side. That's one of the great things about this toy hauler layout. Not only do you have excellent entertainment inside, you have great entertainment outside. I personally, this is just me, I'm being greedy. I would have liked a second awning right here, just to have this entire side have awning, because I think that's still great usable space back here. But again, overall, you still get great coverage. LED lights, plus of course the light right above the door there. Easy access to get in, solid step, foldable grab handle. That's what you'd expect with a fifth wheel toy hauler here as well, because they do sit so high off the ground. And as I mentioned previously, you can see this one has that 440i solar flex. Let's talk a little bit about suspension. So a couple different things here. One is the fact you have the MORryde CRE 3000 suspension system that has your wet bolt shackles in there. It also has 3 inches of movement, which is going to give you, again, 3 inches of suspension or that extra movement as you're going down the road. So your toys and everything else inside aren't going to move around as much. You're also looking at 7,000-pound Dexter Easy Lube axles, and those do have self-adjusting brakes. So it's going to make your maintenance for lubing up your axles a little bit easier, less bearing repacks, as long as you don't put too much in. That is a note. Do not overfill that. That is one of the big things we see in service, is when you have those Easy Lube axles, people put too much grease in. Make sure you're doing the proper amount, turning the wheels, everything you're supposed to do. Beyond that though, the fact you have the never adjust brakes, that's a maintenance piece most people never do, is adjust their brakes. Well, now you don't even have to worry about it. And again, at that 7,000-pound rating, this one has about 4,600 pounds of carrying capacity on here. So, you have big heavy-duty axles, and the tires are F-rated tires as well, because again, the last thing you want to do is have any kind of blowouts. They have upgraded your tires, again, especially when you're carrying that much weight. Let's talk a little bit about the back, because this is where a lot of the options, so to speak, come in. Now, this one you'll see has the optional patio kit right here built in, which is great. On top of that though, we have a couple other things. You will see the screen that is built in kind of on the inside. It says Cross Breeze. I don't know if you can see it in there, but there is a screen. And on the outside, this one also has the optional Girard power awning. Now, if you so choose, instead of the screen inside, you can opt for the 3-season screen door or 3-season door. And with that one, it has screens as well as pieces of glass, opens, closes, folds out, the whole 9. It is a great system if you want to be able to basically, have your party deck open in some of the colder temps or when it's raining, something like that. Coming around to the side, you will see the ladder, so you can climb up onto the fully walkable roof, 250-pound weight capacity on there. Right underneath is our 50-amp plug-in power cord, and then this one has a 30-gallon fuel station. This is a standard on the WFO. Last thing I want to touch on, right up front here, you can kind of see is our tankless water heater. So we'll have that as well as all of our water hookups. Kind of show you that real quick. So you have like this convenience station right over on the other side. That's why you don't have the pass-through kind of coming all the way through. So all of our water, everything for easy winterization right there as well. And as you will notice, the valve bodies are insulated. So what's that mean to you? That means if you are taking this out in colder climates, less chance things are going to freeze up on you. Folks, with a 23-foot garage and 4,000 carrying capacity, again, this may be one of the best setup toy haulers for hauling a lot of toys or big toys, and you have a ton of sleeping capacity. Great spot to sit, to eat, to hang out. If you want to be the center of attention at the campsite, you want your RV to be home base, then the 340 WFO by Carbon is exactly what you're looking for. Now, if you're wondering about price and availability, I can help you out there too. There's a link in the description. Simply click on that. The reason I have you do that is because that will link the one that is closest to you, and that will give you the exact price for that unit. As always, folks, I'm Ian Baker. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, we'll see ya.